everybody. So one of the things that we've been doing here in these videos is showing you all some fun, interesting things. We've been going to different festivals over the course of the last year, showing you some cool sites in the area and whatnot. And for today's video, I thought I would bring you all along and see three, we'll say, interesting kind of monument statue things that we have in and around our neck of the woods here, in and around our area. So without any further ado, we are currently in Nanticoke. People pronounce it Nannycoke. It's a big ongoing thing because for those who may not know, and I'm sure everywhere has this, but we have our own regional dialect here. When you're done with this video, go and check out the video Hainabonics, because we have our own way of speaking here. But they say Nannycoke, but it's Nanticoke. I'll put it up on screen here so you can see how it's spelled, and then you'll hear the difference in how it's pronounced. But there's a monument here, and I'll tell you a little bit about it in just a moment. But I also want you to tell me what you think it looks like. So let's go check it out. So we see just this very nice park here. Got some benches and things all over the towns. Now this isn't the normal town square that you see us come to and talk about and whatever. This is the town square here in Nanticoke. And here is the monument. Now again, down in the comments, you tell me what you think this monument looks like. It is dedicated to the men and women of the community of Nanticoke who devotedly served their country in American wars. But again, I say to you, you tell me what you think that looks like. What exactly is it dedicating the memory of? So yeah, that's just what's in the middle of the town square here in Nanticoke. And Mom, what do you think of this monument?
It's a monument. We have another name for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I mean, to be fair, you'll see here, right on the other side of us is this tree, which also has a plaque. So clearly that this tree was dedicated for something. And again, this is just a straight up park because you'll see on this tree, there's like the no skateboarding signs and whatever. And it's just the regular old town square here for Nanticoke. But to have that as their centerpiece and focal point has always been a little odd to many of us who are in the area or drive past or whatever.
So it's kind of neat. I was showing Tommy I let him feel, you can't see, but the tables and stuff, you know, the fact that they made, you know, place for people to enjoy the
Here's Tommy sitting at one of these nice tables. The chairs are built into it, so you can't really like move them or anything. But
there's, if you reverse the camera, you can see there's like 8 sets of them. If you look over that way, you can see the 2 sets of them on each spoke of the square.
Yeah. And then right here.
And there's benches all the way around, which is nice too.
Hey Tommy, you got any thoughts on the monument here?
The giant vibrator, you mean?
All right, so this is the big coffee cup. So from my understanding, apparently at one point it was supposed to be a drive, because you'll see the road comes right through, and it was supposed to be a drive-through coffee place. And yeah, it turns out I've apparently driven past this a bajillion times, never even realized that it was right here, and now I'm never gonna not notice it again. But I thought that it was pretty cool that this is something that's like in our area. And when I say giant, I mean, look how big this thing is. This thing is huge. But I mean, the road is literally right there, so it would have been perfect for, you know, a spot. But like, I can't even get the whole thing in the frame just from standing here. I'm this far back. Like, I have to be this far back from it. That's, you know, this thing is huge. So as we were getting pictures, Mom said, hey, you know, there's a little thing that you could see in. So let's see what we can find inside this abandoned drive-through coffee shop. What can we see inside? I see nothing. I see black, at least through the camera.
Come over this way.
I could see it in the shot, but put your flash on.
I tried that, but you can't really.
Oh no, I could see it. I could see in there now through this. Interesting. Interesting. All right, and for another stop on our trip today. Now, all these places are relatively close. I'm not going to tell you the exact distances or anything, but we are going to something that everybody does see for sure. We said about people never necessarily notice, at least I never noticed, the coffee cup. This one is one that people definitely notice. And I've had people from out of the area say, why didn't you take me to this place? And I say, I didn't know that you knew about it, or I didn't think that it was a big deal. People say, it's a big deal, you need to take me there. So I thought, well, why don't I show you all about it? So this is what I always refer to as the Big Cow. Most everybody else also refers to it as the Big Cow. Now, a couple videos back, you may remember that I said about the Turkey Hill Big Cow. Not what we're talking about here. That's a traveling cow. This is a stationary cow. There's a restaurant right next door and all sorts of stuff going on. But this is definitely a landmark for when you're driving in the area. You tell people, oh, it's right down the road from the Big Cow. And this is one that everybody knows.
Commonly known as the Big Cow, 30 Nina is a huge brown and white Guernsey that has given a lot of enjoyment to all who have seen her. At 14 by 17 feet, 2,000 pounds, she's a fiberglass statue that will be turning 60 in a few months. In 1966, an employee at Gorman's Dairy in Wilkes-Barre saw an advertisement about a giant cow. He thought it was a great idea. He checked into it and learned the price tag was $4,000, about the cost of a new Cadillac at the time. Mrs. Peg Gorman, owner of the dairy, wasn't thrilled with the price. One day she received a call from the company that made the cow saying they were going to deliver one to a dairy in Connecticut and it would pass through Wilkes-Barre. They could have the driver stop and show Mrs. Gorman the cow. When the truck pulled into the parking lot in January 1967, the story goes that there was a massive traffic jam on 309. People stopped their cars to get out and get a glimpse of the cow. When Mrs. Gorman saw the reaction, she knew she wanted a cow for in front of her dairy. They placed the order. The Big Cow was delivered without horns in January 1967. The horns had to be taken off to avoid hitting underpasses on the turnpike. They held a contest that had hundreds of entries to choose her name. 30 Nina was chosen. The winner of the contest received a colored TV, a big deal in 1967. In 2015, a news article ran about Nina, and it was estimated that a replacement would cost over $25,000, which probably wouldn't buy a new Cadillac today. People refer to the Big Cow when giving directions or attempting to locate a business. In 2010, Parade magazine selected the top roadside attractions in all 50 states. 30 Nina was selected for Pennsylvania.
But yeah, look at the size of this monster cow. All the way up. So this is, like I said, another landmark piece that people talk about and point out very often. So I figured like I said, sometimes people say, oh, why didn't you bring me to it? Why didn't you show me it? So I figured I'd bring all of you and show you all at the same time. And that's gonna almost bring us to the end of our adventures today, because one of the things across the parking lot, across the way, back where we parked, is probably one of the best ways to end any outing. And we'll show you what that is in just a moment. We're ending with some ice cream and milkshakes and all sorts of stuff. Not a bad day. Thank you for joining along with us. We hope that you had as much of a fun time finding weird, cool, and interesting things around our area as we had showing you those weird, cool, and interesting things. Have you ever heard of any of these places? Have you ever seen any of these places? Let us know in the comments below. If you know anything from our area that you think would be cool like this to show people, put it down in the comments and we will see how far away it is and everything else, and we'll check it out, and we will have another video next week. Thank you once again.